Global financial communities are on high alert as new reports suggest Tier 3 banks in the United States may have quietly begun processing early Iraqi Dinar IQD exchanges. If accurate, this development could represent the first visible step in the long-rumored revaluation RV process, a financial event that has been speculated about for over a decade. While official confirmation remains absent, the volume and consistency of claims surfacing across investor groups, regional forums, and private banking circles point to a scenario that cannot be easily dismissed. For investors who have held IQD for years, this is the closest sign yet that redemption could be underway. The reports indicate that certain Tier 3 bank digital, community-based institutions often overshadowed by larger Tier 1 and Tier 2 players have begun facilitating controlled IQD exchanges, selective invitations. Allegedly, only a limited number of customers have been contacted, often those who had established prior interest in foreign currency investments or who maintained relationships with bank officials aware of RV discussions. Small-scale testing, the transactions appear to be small in volume, possibly to avoid drawing regulatory attention while still allowing systems and staff to practice handling IQD exchanges. No public announcements. Importantly, no official communication has been issued by the banks involved, leading to speculation that this is a soft rollout designed to remain under the radar. For investors, these early moves fuel belief that the process is in motion, even if quietly. The idea that anyone is exchanging at a bank, no matter how limited, creates momentum and confidence in the larger RV narrative. The choice of Tier 3 banks as initial participants raises important strategic questions. Experts suggest several reasons why smaller banks might be used in the earliest stages of an RV activation. Operational testing grounds. Smaller institutions provide an ideal space to test compliance systems, anti-money laundering checks, liquidity balancing, and IT infrastructure in a controlled environment. If errors occur, they affect fewer customers and can be corrected before scaling up. Reduced public scrutiny. Unlike global giants such as Wells Fargo, Citibank, or Chase, Tier 3 banks operate outside of intense media spotlight. This makes it easier to conduct trial programs without triggering widespread panic, speculation, or market instability. Building gradual momentum. By starting small, the authorities behind the RV can monitor reactions and gradually scale up to Tier 1 banks, ensuring a smoother transition and preventing systemic shocks to the broader economy. Some also speculate that Tier 3 banks may be used to reward early investors or insiders with privileged access, allowing authorities to keep the larger public at bay until the infrastructure is fully ready. The RV community, particularly in the US, Europe, and the Middle East, is in overdrive. Telegram groups, formerly Twitter feeds, and investor forums are flooded with claims, counterclaims, and debates. Alleged receipts and proofs. Screenshots of supposed bank receipts are circulating, though their authenticity is impossible to verify. Confused bank responses. Many investors report that their local branches know nothing about an exchange program, fueling speculation that only certain branches are involved. Rumors of prioritization. Some claim that high-net-worth individuals or pre-registered clients are being processed first, suggesting a tiered rollout plan. This combination of hope and uncertainty has amplified both excitement and fear. For some, it feels like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity finally arriving. For others, the silence from official banking regulators is a cause for caution. Tier 3 exchanges are indeed underway. The implications extend far beyond Iraq. Iraq's economic standing. A revalued dinar would represent Iraq's re-entry into the global financial system with greater credibility. Stronger currency values could stabilize its domestic economy, attract foreign investors, and strengthen its geopolitical position in the Middle East. Impact on the U.S. banking system. The U.S. plays a central role in facilitating currency exchanges. A phased rollout beginning at Tier 3, banks could signal a deliberate strategy to manage liquidity, avoid overwhelming financial markets, and ensure smoother integration into larger banking operations. Forex markets and global currency trading. Even rumors of RV activity impact trading sentiment. A confirmed RV would cause volatility in forex markets as traders reposition themselves around IQDs, VND, and other linked currencies. Speculative trading could surge, affecting currency pairs far beyond Iraq and Vietnam. Other currencies on standby. Investors in the Vietnamese dong, Zimbabwe dollar, ZIM, and other currencies tied to the RV narrative are closely watching Iraq's progress. If Iraq successfully executes a revaluation, it could set a precedent that accelerates similar moves elsewhere. Despite the excitement, it is critical to approach these reports with caution. History of false alarms. The Dinar community has experienced countless cycles of hype followed by disappointment. Previous confirmed reports often turned out to be misinterpretations or outright fabrications. Potential misinformation. Analysts warn that rumors may be spread deliberately either by opportunists seeking to exploit investor hope or by insiders attempting to misdirect attention until official systems are fully in place. Still, the consistency of chatter across multiple states and investor groups makes this cycle harder to ignore than past episodes. Whether fact or rumor, the reports have undeniably reignited interest and speculation. The alleged early activation of IQD exchanges at Tier 3 banks has created a shockwave of speculation, excitement, and doubt. If these reports prove true, they mark the beginning of a carefully managed, phased rollout designed to bring one of the most controversial currency stories of modern history into reality. For Iraq, the RV would mean financial stability, renewed global credibility, and economic opportunity. For investors, it could mean life-changing payouts after years of waiting. For global markets, it could spark volatility, realign trading strategies, and redefine how currencies are valued in a rapidly shifting economic order. But until official confirmation arrives, the world is left in suspense. Is this the long-awaited activation of the RV process, or is it simply another echo in the never-ending cycle of rumors? For now, investors remain glued to their screens, waiting for the call, the memo, or the press release that will finally separate fact from fiction. Until then, the IQD Shockwave remains both a promise and a mystery, one that could change the financial landscape forever.